While most people will be more interested in Super Sunday, April 2nd sees the 33rd edition of Wrestlemania. But why am I mentioning the Graps on a football channel? Well, there have been various moments when the Premier League and WWE have crossed paths. Let's take a look. The first thing that people who aren't fans of professional wrestling say about WWE is, you know it's fake, right? Or, it's not real. While that may be true to a certain extent with predetermined results, that nearly became a thing in the Premier League in 2015, or at least the Independent tried to make people believe it was as part of an April Fool's gag. The story stated that the Premier League wanted to put on scripted matches in America following the success of WrestleMania 31 to help build their audience across the pond. Of course the Independent were playing a prank, but it would have been pretty amusing to see scripted football matches, or you could just play the journey on FIFA 17. There are many WWE superstars who follow the Premier League. Irish-born Sheamus and Finn Balor support Liverpool and Tottenham respectively, while one of the biggest names in the company, John Cena, also follows Spurs. Well, Jerry Francis gave him a replica shirt 9 years ago. I'm not sure he's been back at the lane screaming, "He's one of our own," as Harry Kane bangs in another goal. 14-time world champion Triple H has also pledged his allegiance to a Premier League side, stating that West Ham are the closest thing to what they do due to the passion of their fan base and their loyalty. Well, it's either that or the fans fighting inside the Olympic Stadium. While we've seen footballers take up pro wrestling before, with goalkeepers Stuart Tomlinson and Tim Weiser working with WWE's developmental NXT, Triple H named the West Ham player he thinks would be able to make the transition from football pitch to squared circle, naming Andy Carroll due to his tough style on the pitch and his looks. I suppose there's more chance of seeing Carroll in WWE than there is him returning to Newcastle. One man that Triple H forgot to mention was Darren Randolph, who already has some moves in his arsenal. During a West Ham training session, the goalkeeper was seen locking in the walls of Jericho on Mikel Antonio. If only Dimitri Payet had still been there, I'm sure fans would much rather have seen the submission locked in on the departed Frenchman. So we've seen WWE moves on the training ground, but we've also seen football moves in the wrestling ring. Finn Balor and AJ Styles utilise overhead and Pele kicks against their opponents, while Shinsuke Nakamura's Kinshasa is very similar to his namesake's free kicks that we used to see at Celtic Park, although the football hit them with a bit more finesse rather than ferocity. The WWE love to use celebrities during their shows, and there have been a fair few Premier League faces in the crowd during their UK shows. During an episode of Monday Night Raw back in 2003, Shane McMahon spotted then Chelsea boss Jose Mourinho sitting in the front row and took the opportunity to mock the Stamford Bridge club. While Mourinho sat in the front row chuckling, Wayne Rooney got a lot more involved when he was sat ringside in 2015. Following some smack talk from Wade Barrett, Wayne Rooney laid a slap on the Preston-born wrestler. It wasn't Rooney's best effort, but I've seen him get away with much worse on the pitch. When Newcastle completed their 4-4 comeback against Arsenal back in 2011, the celebrations inside St James's Park were incredible. Although goalkeeper Stephen Harper took it one step further, dropping the people's elbow just like The Rock following Czech Teotis' stunning volley. But was it a subliminal message from Harper? Well, there have been rumours for years that WWE's chairman Vince McMahon wanted to buy Newcastle United. While the rumour was shot down pretty quickly because, well, it was totally ridiculous and far-fetched, wasn't it? How cool would it have been if the Magpies were owned by WWE? There'd be more fighting on the pitch, villainous returns from Joe Kinnear and Dennis Wise, and Rafa Benitez would probably have been replaced by John Carver. So that was 10 times the WWE and the Premier League crossed paths. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.